Greetings to all the ladies here. And my sincere thanks to Brainfeed for bringing us on the Sunday. I work all the 6 days to prepare something for the 6 days activity. Seventh day, I prepare a lot at home to give away for the next week's activity. But today, I'm so happy. I have so much to take home from all of you, and I will preserve it for the next of the season to give it to many of you. As a teacher, I was enjoying every bit of the word that being spoken from this morning. I'm not here standing as a chairman of the school, but as a teacher. I would like to bring you into the program called Women in Education. We are slightly going away from this. I would like to bring you into the world of women and women in education and the award ceremony. Let me wish and greet all the awardees who have been seated here. I would like to hand over an assignment to you at the end of my speech. Women are very important people. My Bible says God made lady when he realized that men cannot survive on their own. And you are the one who make all of us survive. Thank you so much. I'd like to talk to you and present you on three thoughts. Women in education, women enlightenment, and women empowerment. If we are not in the field of education or we are not educating ourselves, I don't think we'll be here. But before I could go into that, I said I'm talking to you as a teacher. I look back into my schools, classrooms, which I've been ruling for the last 42 years. We need to not celebrate Women's Day one day. We need to do it in such a way all the other days are women conquered days. We need to look back what you are doing in our classrooms. We call our children boys and girls. Why not we call them students? Why do we use the word co-education in our school's platform? Why not just leave it as? And why do we have so much of preparations and preservation for the girls? Leave it at them. They are so highly privileged. When we prepare a student council leader, a boy becomes the captain and the girl becomes the vice captain. Why not we have them as captains or keep even the girl as a captain of the whole school? Why not? And we do understand we need to look into so many facts in a school. If our curriculum could be, see what we do, we are all centered and concentrating on the performance of children to become mark holders. Though we call it a holistic education, at the end of the day, whether they are parents, whether they are grandparents, whether they are teachers, whether the school management, whether principals or correspondents, we are interested to talk about the performance of students in terms of one stigma called the marks. But we forget to know that we need to prepare our own curriculum in a format that speaks about the whole entity of the child. I was very much enjoying the Montessori presentation. Rukmani ma'am, thanks to you and salutation to you. It is very important. But society looks at Montessori as a very small percentage. Everybody wants to go to the main school. And I also see children, the first thing father and mother ask me is, my child studied in Montessori school, will you accept my child in the main school? There are blocks, there are blockages. These are not in the paper, this is practically what we see. Why not when we design our own curriculum, when we take up on activities, why not we prepare our curriculum in such a way, these disparities are removed. These are not much of disparity today. I think if you close your ears, I can tell you some of the ladies are, you're superseding even the men. But please understand, when we don't differentiate it, and here the school education has 70% to 75% ruled by women. Why? Because you are naturally suiting into this profession for teaching. You are naturally. You have the nurturing and caring personality. You are accommodative on so many things. See, early morning, around 7:30, 8:30, 9, I really admire the lady who makes herself dirty and then comes to the street and put the child on the van. I tell you, my salutation to the mother because she looks so beautiful, though she may think she's looking at me. And that is the quality of the. And understand there could be a big family in a house, but last person who goes to sleep is the lady of the house. She locks everything. Says, I go home by 12, 12:30 in the night. Don't ask me why I go home so late. My wife stays there. The வில்லேஜ்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கோழியை உள்ள பத்திட்டு தான் வீட மூடுவாங்க உள்ள கிஷோர் வந்துட்டாரா உள்ள போயிட்டாரா they close. So that is what the responsibility of the mother in the house. Women is a mother, women is a teacher. We rest assured, my dear comrades, if that woman is celebrated every day, the more we keep investing on the women in terms of faculty development, orienting them, giving them small, small, small initiatives and programs and achievements, celebrating them, I tell you, we'll be able to go a long way. I come to the other area called enlightening them. How do you enlighten them? We need to enlighten them. We need to give them a lot of opportunity. Our investment should be more for them. And then I think we'll be able to enlighten them. See, when we see in schools, when boys and girls walk across the same colors of uniform, but we still see the differences in them. When our eye contact goes so close to the little children, the girls in particular, we feel sometimes I'm wrong when the children come to my table and when they come to decide about the career perspectives. Somebody says, I want to become a doctor. I feel little hesitant to tell the parents, be careful. After some time, you don't decide how the child has to become. So the child become, the girl become 21 years, 22 years. The மாப்பிள்ளை பார்க்க வராங்க பொண்ணு பார்க்க வராங்க இல்லையா அவங்க நீங்க சரண்டர் ஆயிட்டீங்க you surrender when you think of a better a bright groom you forget everything. The child would have studied for 4 years of doctorate medicine, but now you say stop, go with your husband. Now where are you? Now again I want to tell you the parents are true. You have a treatment differently. நீங்களே இருக்கலாம் நானா கூட இருக்கலாம். We have a different treatment for our boys at home and we have different treatment for girls at home. And the விட்டு கொடுக்கிற மனப்பான்மை we are trying to give more to the girls. But why not? Why not the other way? So when we treat everybody so equal, today the generation is going wrong. Giving more importance to all these, I tell you, the future or today's in context, the women, there are a lot of problems they're going through. Maybe they had a lot of freedom. They have a lot of freedom. Nobody could stop that freedom because many of us were telling they take the freedom. Not that we want to give them the freedom. They take the freedom. Now please understand. And in this, I find there is no compatibility in a family. வாழ்க்கை என்பதே ஒரு compatibility. You don't find that compatibility in the family. And sometimes the ladies become very aggressive. They move away. Now they don't think sometimes because I'm talking from the children point of view. There are many children. I want to tell I always used to tell my teacher, பிள்ளைங்க கண்ணை பாருங்கள். Look at the child. Look at the 35 children sitting in the classroom. There may be some child among the children who are depressed. The reason is not the child. The reason is the family at home. Now there are many people who get away because we are giving them more empowerment, because we are trying to give them more advantage. Sometimes they don't realize it. They just quit and they say, many of them love to become a single parent. Now this is where in an educational scenario it affects the growth of the child. You're not able to understand. And where does it happen? Now, when we're doing all this, let us not stop by celebrating Women's Day in one day. Let us go back to our classrooms to see how women enlightenment, women education could be different. Where are the curriculums say that we need to understand this problem in a longer run and try to give them that support system in our curriculum. Now, let us not move into only mark making education. Let us move into not even man making education. And all of you will shout at me and say, where is woman making education? But I want to tell you a society making education. A society that could be really enlightened. I tell you, father working, mother working, then who will take care of? I really like the word somebody used here. I think they said parenting is outsourced. You're right, parenting is outsourced. From 1.5 years till 18 years, parenting is outsourced. Now, at 14 years, 15 years, that parenting outsource is also not protected because they don't listen. வீட்டில் அம்மா அப்பாவை கேட்க மாட்டோம், ஸ்கூலில் டீச்சரை கேட்க மாட்டோம். Then now, please understand, we are going through one more challenges in all our schools, including your schools. The challenge is we are more dependent on the mature women. The age of 45, 50, 55, they have their own problem. By 40, 45, their own problem starts. They are not able to pay their attention. They do not have time for the technology supported learning. But that is one problem. But the support system is very stronger in schools today. But we come across a new, recently coming educated women. Please understand, the Tata chairman speaks about this only. Now, what happened now? These people are strong, they are good, they are so all that, but they do not have the attitude what a school needs from elderly, personalized, very experienced lady. What to do? Now, these are all the problems. So, what I want to tell you is the awardees of today, you have more responsibility today. Don't go home, don't show the awards to your spouse at home and your colleagues at school, and don't stop it. You have the greatest responsibility today. That's what is my takeaway for you. Please find out, have a brainstorming sessions with the immediate leaders of your vice principals, headmistresses, so many other people. Take a session with your own teachers and sit, spend 1 or 2 days in the evening. Don't hesitate to have a long day for those 2 days and find out what could be your contribution to the girls of your schools who will become the women of the world. And if this country, we are already doing that. Not that we are not doing it. We are already doing it. All our children are becoming directors and CEOs. So many things are happening. There are a lot of entrepreneurs are coming. Everything is happening. But still, there's a small stigma attached to the girl, the women, and we need to give them and that support. How we can do that? And I make this presentation of mine from my heart as a tribute to my mother, who was a teacher, who was instrumental in me becoming a teacher. I'll tell you one more. I didn't get into medicine when I was passing out of school. Maybe I didn't have the maturity or the intellectual capacity that any college could take. But I had the privilege, the admit card with me when I finished my BSc in the lateral entry to the Madras Medical College. I think I'm my father today who asked me very simple, Kishore, Venda, you just go and study MSc. As that age student, I obeyed him. I left out my MBBS seat and I went into it. Today, I'm very proud to tell you, I'm a proud teacher in standing in front of you. And you need to produce a lot of men and women who could rule this, not India, rule the world. And that capacity is there for every Indian. I'll tell you, when you withdraw these children from any of the countries around, every other world will collapse because they are the ones who are keeping that support. I end up with only telling two conversations between Albert Einstein and Charlie Chaplin. Albert Einstein said, wow, you're too great, man, I admire you a lot. And you didn't speak a word, your art is so great, and people understand you, and you're so great. And Charlie Chaplin says in one word, you are greater than me because whatever you speak, nobody understands, but still you're great. This word, the women stands today. I salute you, we don't understand you. We don't understand you. And you are a craft of yourself. You are a mesmerizing character of yourself. I salute all the women of the day. Brainfeed is celebrating women in every one of you. Thank you.